Evil is a role-playing game, or RPG, designed for younger kids. It supports 1 guide and 2 to 4 heroes. Players will create characters first using the books and cards, their imagination, or a mix. The character sheets are colored depending on difficulty. Orange triangle is for preschool ages and or beginners. Blue circle is for people comfortable with RPGs. No matter the level, you'll fill in your name, description. Claire is a powerful fighter who is clumsy. Stats, companion, and so on. The book gives you tons of starter information and tips, so you can use the ones provided if it's easier. Players start at home. Depending on the adventure chosen by the guide, they'll travel into the closet, out the window, or to Adventure Kingdom. Of course, the guide could whip up something involving any of these places on the map, create new locations, or just improvise as the players choose what to do. The rulebook has loads of information for the guide to build an endless amount of adventures. During role-playing, asking questions, solving problems, and so on, players will have to pass tests. A guide may decide that there isn't a goal at all, meaning instant success. Other times, a die will need to be rolled. The guide will say something like, okay, to beat the dinosaur in a pillow fight, your goal is 7. Because these are D6, 6-sided dice, that's impossible. Or is it? Other players can be awesome to lower the goal. In our game, Mama is a singing and dancing pirate, so she'll actually get up and do a cheer to help someone pass a goal. There's a chart in the book to help guides with how difficult goals should be. Once the adventure is over, you can go on another, either from the book or one created by the guide, or head back home. Roleplay, roll dice, and go on an adventure. That's No Thank You Evil. The map isn't really needed. Without it, you can play No Thank You Evil wherever you can write on your sheet and roll dice. You might need to come up with a way to track tokens. If you want to use the map, save this for dining tables. Give yourself about 2 hours for each adventure, and there are 3 starter adventures in the box. An adult or an experienced teen can run their own shorter adventure for younger gamers. The box says 5 and up, but I guess some 6-year-olds could handle the blue, meaning advanced player sheets. There's light reading on your item cards and reading and writing on your sheet, but grade 1 should be able to handle all that in the decision making. If running a game, you'll need to be a strong reader and be very creative. The rulebook says 12 and up, but some 9-year-olds like me will be fine. I ran a game for Mom, Dad, and our friend Ariel. In the first adventure, they explored a cave, which was part of the story, to find their missing friend. He was captured while looking for gems. After saving him, they explored deeper. They found some gems, flaronite and malachite. Dad made an explosion to break some gems loose so the 3 of them could take some. After bringing their friend back safely, he whispered that he wanted to show them something. It turned out he was using the gems to make a statue of the Queen Bee to give to her as a gift. After the game, we all talked for a bit, and I told them I came up with the parts about finding the gems, gem names, and the story of the statue. They were all very impressed. I like that No Thank You Evil has 3 different difficulties of player sheets. The adventures don't change, but the guide can adjust challenges for really young players. Because of this, you can have players at different reading and experience levels. There are lots of fun choices for characters and companions. The problem is, if one person is looking at cards or abilities, the others are sitting around. I wish there were printouts with all the options. Companions need treats in order to perform their cipher or special ability. I like that this encourages players to want to help their companions and also keeps companions from being overpowered. Plus, once fed a treat, the companion gets a new cipher. Pretty cool. One problem with companions is you have all these cards, robots and race cars, and so on. The thing is, the back of the card say things like, it doesn't have to be a flying octopus. I just skip that part of character creation and let kids come up with something on their own. Use the book to find the closest match to fill in the sheets. Speaking of the books, they are really good. The rulebook helps you learn not only about the world of the story and its creatures, but I think it helped me appreciate role-playing more. I've been playing RPGs for years, but as a player. I think the next time I play D&D or another RPG, I'll have a few tricks up my sleeve. Anyhow, back to this game. The adventure book spends about 10 pages helping players to be better guides. This is awesome. The adventures themselves give you some narrative, some ideas for role-playing, and tips so that the players push the game. Honestly, the books are the best part about the entire game. No Thank You Evil is too simple for me to play as a character coming from Dungeons & Dragons and Fantasy Flight Games' Star Wars RPG. But, like the board game Isle of Monsters, which is another one that I've outgrown but is fantastic for new gamers, I recommend this to families with young school kids so that they can learn what role-playing games are all about. The great thing is it is designed for kids to GM as well. I think having kids learn both sides of playing an RPG is really important because they learn how these types of games work, making you a better player, and more importantly, it's good for your creativity and organizational skills. I enjoyed the guide part so much that maybe I'll try writing something in D&D, Pathfinder, or another.